Welcome, everybody, to the We Three Bros Halloween Spooktacular! I'm Derek. This is Joseph. What's up, Joseph? Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
I
I'm
forgot
trying.
Michael
I'm trying
Myers
to be
don't
a
talk.
character. I'm trying to be a character. Hey, you guys don't know who I am. I am Miguel Myers. Yes, Miguel Myers.
Miguel
Yeah,
Myers.
yeah. I am not. I am not Michael. I'm Miguel Myers. So get that correct. I don't know if you've ever seen that Twitter meme where that guy who got arrested and it's his mugshot, and his nickname is Miguel Myers. If you guys don't know what that is, Derek, please after this podcast go look this up, man. Miguel Myers. The guy looks like freaking Michael Myers, but without the mask. It's hideous. It's awful. It's just completely awful.
So what's up? It's almost Halloween. You ready?
I am ready, man. I am ready. As you can
Are you
tell,
working for Halloween?
I am off on Halloween, so I'm
Nice.
going to go rob bags of candy from little kids. So
Sweet.
kids, beware. I don't care what your mom says. I'm taking that shit. I'm just kidding. I don't want to harm children. They are our future. The more you know. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Man, Derek, how have you been? How's the week been? Some things you know. Let's go ahead and start the podcast off. What are some things you've seen? Some things you've watched? How was the week, man? Do anything fun? Let's get it rolling.
Nothing fun. It rained real bad Monday, so luckily I didn't have to leave the house. I did go somewhere though. Oh, went to the gym that morning and it was raining. So like I had to run from my house to the gym at the apartment complex gym without trying to
Yeah.
get soaking wet. And then on the way back I stepped in a huge mud puddle.
Oh shit! Next time, film it, but like put it in slow mo. It
Right.
just shows you just looking epic, just running.
Dun, 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 dun.
No.
Yeah, but I had to go to the office a couple days this week, but today's Friday for me, so I'm off tomorrow.
Today is my Friday as well, man. I'm off today. Oh wait, that would be yesterday. Yesterday was my Friday. I was off today. I requested some days off this weekend, man. So
That's good.
got some things planned. But besides that, uh, anything you watched, man? I know you. I mean, with the rain, I'm sure you stayed home and watched some stuff, man.
So I watched this movie on Netflix the other night called Night Teeth.
Okay,
I don't know if you've heard of it.
have not.
So it's a vampire movie um, set in LA. So there's like a truce between vampires and the humans, and as long as the vampires don't go in certain neighborhoods, then they don't break the truce. And there's like special hotels and places they can go to where they can like there's like humans that like to get their blood sucked. I guess they get off on it, so they can like go to these hotels and hook up with these humans and suck their blood, and then
Okay, sounds like
so
prostitution.
yeah. So like I guess there's like 5 vampire families and 1 human family that like run LA. And so on this one particular night, this one vampire family, they decide they want to take over the whole city. So the main guy is played by Alfie. I can't remember his last name. He's on Game of Thrones. He was on John Wick. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's Greyjoy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Greyjoy.
he's the one vampire from this family. So he sends his girlfriend and his girlfriend's like pet or whatever to go and take out the other heads of the other families.
Mhm.
And so the head of the human side, I don't know if he's the head, but I don't know, he's like an enforcer or whatever. He also does like rideshare. No, oh, he like has like a nice Cadillac Escalade where he like fancy where you pick people up, take them to the club or whatever. So he's supposed to do that one night, but his girlfriend gets kidnapped by the head of by the one bad guy. So he decides that he's not going to do his thing that night. And him and his buddies are going to go out and retaliate. So his little brother volunteers to drive the SUV for him to pick people up and take them whatever. And it's only one pickup, and there's like multiple destinations. So a little brother happens to pick up the girlfriend vampire and her pet or whatever, and it's supposed to be part of a trap. Like it's supposed to be the guy driving, but it happens to be his little brother driving. and they just like they go from he drives them from party to party, and then eventually he catches on that they're vampires and that they're taking all these people out. But I mean, it's a good movie. Megan Fox is in it briefly. Um, there's a couple other people that I recognize too, but yeah, definitely worth a watch. Night Teeth is what it's called.
Night Teeth, man, sounds pretty
Yeah.
interesting. Um,
Um,
I'm always
but
down with
other
some
than that, I don't
vampires,
really
man.
watch too much.
Yeah, from regards to monsters, the world of monsters, vampires are probably, one of my favorites. So
Yeah. Yeah,
definitely have to check
definitely.
that out. Now,
Yeah, so I didn't really watch any other movies besides that.
any shows you caught up on? Maybe some rewatching things.
Nah, still watch it. I was watching that the reboot of Fear Factor from like 10 years ago.
It's
So I finished.
still a great show.
Yeah, like some of that
Miguel
stuff on there, I'm
approves.
telling you. I
Miguel approves.
Miguel approves. I like we mentioned it last week. There's stuff on there that I would not do. Just mostly the eating stuff. Like I'm out.
No, you can eat crickets, man. I believe in you.
Not the crickets that they've somehow finagled from wherever. They're like the size of your head.
They genetically alter them and shit.
Right.
It's like, here's a
Yeah.
cockroach. But it's not just like a regular cockroach you grew up on. It's a Madagascar cockroach, which is like the size of a fucking puppy or something.
And we've been feeding it growth hormones too. It's like the
And
size of a German Shepherd.
nah, man. Nah, not cool. But I know that, thank you for sharing what you definitely watched over the week. The last time we recorded, there's a few things, man, a few things that have definitely come out, whether there were some trailers
Yep.
or, state of play from PlayStation,
Yep.
or some movies and shows that I've kind of been watching now, or kind of, finally catching up on, that I've, always heard about but haven't seen.
Oh, there was another movie that we both watched
What's up?
that
Oh
came
yeah,
out over
and
the
then one
weekend.
movie,
How did I
yeah,
forget about that?
because you didn't like it. That's why. You weren't happy with how it ended. That's why. Um, which we'll get into that. Of course. But first, I know that one of the first things that we did, or one of the first things that you sent me over the weekend was, or at least I want to say it was earlier this week, was the Buzz Lightyear trailer.
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear has hair. Apparently, that was the big thing. People were shocked
Right.
about that. It's
Yeah.
just like,
I'm like, I didn't know that was such a big deal. Did they think he was bald underneath the cap or whatever they wear, the astronauts wear? Like, I don't know.
nah, I think they thought that the purple thing that was on his head for years was just a part of him. Which, I mean, technically it is, because it's a toy, but at the same
Yeah.
aspect, like, if he was based on a character within the show, like, that's how that works, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is wild to me that they decided to, like, do a spin-off of a spin-off within a spin-off, right? Like,
Right.
it was like they had a toy that was based off some show, and now it's in a movie. Now we're doing a show based off this toy that was in the show. So is it about the show that the kid watched? That's why, because remember, Andy wanted the Buzz Lightyear toy and stuff, like, in the Toy
Yeah.
Story realm. So it's like, is it based off like that character in that show, or is it like his own origin story? A lot of unanswered questions that are, I mean, again, they're going to answer once the show comes up. But it was very interesting to kind of see, right?
So I read it's like a fan thing that they wrote that at the end they're like, what if at the end, like it shows Andy watching a TV show and that was what he was watching, like a movie or something. And it was a Buzz Lightyear movie.
That would be
So at the
cool.
end, it'll be like Andy when he was little, when he first, right before he got the Buzz Lightyear toy, he was watching TV, and that's where he's like, I want a Buzz Lightyear toy.
I can't, bro. I can't, because I can't. No more multi-universes. God damn it. I'm so confused. I don't know what is real anymore, Derek. Holy shit. I'm just kidding. No, man. I mean, that would be pretty cool to kind of see. I think that it would be very, like, again, just very
Or maybe Buzz Lightyear is
multi-layered, if
based
you
off
will.
of Andy's dad, because you never see Andy's dad.
Damn.
What if Andy's dad was like the original Buzz Lightyear, went up to space, never came back because whatever happened?
That's deep. That's deep. Miguel Myers does not approve. He does not approve. Andy's dad's not there. See, Miguel grew up without a father too, so it's a struggle,
No
man.
mommies, no mommies.
No mommies, no. So don't die, man. Don't die. We need you for this podcast. But no, man. So it's an interesting perspective, right? And I appreciate that that person is kind of giving that insight. I hope it's not like that. Hopefully, it is just like maybe the story of Buzz. But then, like
Yeah,
on the flip side, are we going to start getting origin stories on other Toy Story
for like
characters?
Woody and
Is Woody going to get one? So
Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
I mean, might as well go down the line. Like, just get it started, man. Make it happen. So eventually, they all unite, and then they have their Avengers type of crossover that we always wanted. But it was initially
Wouldn't that
Toy
be Toy
Story.
Story though?
It
Like,
wouldn't have
wasn't
been
Toy
Toy. It
Story the
wouldn't be Toy
crossover?
Story. Exactly. You don't need that shit. I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter. Like,
But yeah, the
it'd be pretty
trailer looked
cool.
good. Something I'd see.
For sure. Again, man, it just shows one of the things that like really impressed me the most was like the visuals on it,
Oh
especially like
yeah,
it's
it looks
just
really
man,
good.
like from like we've only gotten better and better with our like video editing and our video
Yeah,
production and stuff. Again, I'll say we, but like I'm just talking about like people and like people within that realm, right? Like I'm not fucking I can't edit shit, but like for them and what they're doing, man, like whenever the spaceship is going into the sky and you see the smoke, like the smoke looks so real. Like I would, like,
right.
of course, it's like like it's animated. It is animated,
Yeah,
but in the sense of like the texture, the way that air would flow, like they follow it
yeah.
so freaking well.
Oh
And at the
yeah,
same time, like if you go back and you look at like Toy Story 1
oh
compared to
yeah,
like this, oh my god, so much like
yeah.
way
It's like
better.
night and day.
Night and day, exactly. So and he's like super handsome. I love the memes that are out there right now of the show or of the series. Right? It's like who you thought it was, and then who they are now, or something.
Yeah,
And it's like as Buzz is like a villain or something like that. And of course they show his suit. And oh man, again, graphics and visuals are beautiful. Um, it is who does the voice of Buzz Lightyear? Is it Tim Allen? It's
the
Tim Allen,
original is
right?
Tim Allen, and then this is Chris Evans.
Oh, is it Chris Evans?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Captain
So I
America.
didn't catch. I was trying to listen, and I couldn't really like. I was hearing it. I was watching it. Of course, you're watching. I'm watching it on my phone. That's how I'm watching the trailer. So it's not like I'm watching it on the television with the volume turned up or
Yeah,
anything like that all the way. So I was just like, I was trying to hear it, but I couldn't really, So, um, but I didn't know it was Chris Evans, man, which is makes it
yeah,
even that much better.
yeah, yeah. Definitely.
Put Captain America in that shit, man. Why not?
Right. Yep.
But moving from that trailer. Um, wait. Well, let's backtrack here a little bit, man. There were some really big announcements today, and I don't know if you know that from a tech field perspective, but Facebook is no. I don't think the parent company of Facebook is no longer called Facebook now. It is now called Meta.
What?
This
What?
is not a joke. You are so confused. Yeah. So
Called
apparently,
what?
I don't know if I don't think Facebook is changing its name, but the
Yeah.
parent company that I guess owns Facebook, or they decided to like make it a separate entity, is now called Meta. Meta.
Huh.
I didn't look into it too much. I just saw like the title of an article somewhere, which is terrible because I should probably read these articles. This is how we come up with fucking people spreading you know false information out there. I'm not trying to
Fake
create false information. I'm just letting you guys know
fake
that
news.
apparently, exactly. The actual parent company of Facebook is now going to be called Meta. And
Huh.
with that, Mark Zuckerberg also announced that Grand Theft Auto video games are going to be on Quest VR. Um, so I don't know if you saw that either, Derek, but that was released
Nah.
today that GTA is going to be in VR, and I think it's like some of the older games that are going to
Hmm.
be in VR, but they're going to make it to Quest, and I think the other platform, I can't remember what it is. Let me see if I can possibly do a quick
Isn't
Google
the
search on
Oculus
here.
owned by Facebook now?
Yeah, maybe it's the Oculus then, but I know GTA is what do we say? Ba, 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 ba. Oh, VR. That's what I was looking for. Oh yeah, it's gonna be the Oculus Quest 2. That's what it's called, Quest 2, Oculus 2. So yeah,
Oh,
man, Grand Theft
okay.
Auto is coming. It's going to Quest, and Mark Zuckerberg came out and announced that, man, and made that official. Um, and then of course, like I said, the big news of uh, Meta Facebook now. That's okay. I guess Facebook changes its company name to Meta. That's correct. The actual
Hmm.
company is going to change the name to Meta, man. So, some big news that kind of got announced today that I felt that we should probably definitely talk about it. And as much as I don't want to effing talk about, that stupid video game, Derek, I'm not spending money on it anymore. But
Which one?
it's part of, come on, man. It's 3 letters. It's about stealing
Oh,
cars.
the GTA the what do they call it? What the
GTA.
damn thing called?
GTA. Well, GTA San Andreas is coming to VR and
Definitive
Oculus.
edition or whatever.
Yeah, I just don't want to talk about GTA anymore, man. We spent too much time and energy. Rockstar's pissing us off. We'll still buy their products, just not gonna buy that game. But anyways, that's coming to VR and Oculus on the Oculus Quest 2, and Facebook, changes the company name to Meta. Man, I thought that those are two things we should definitely talk about, or at least kind of mention on the podcast, man, because
Yeah,
it's some big news, right? So
yeah,
now, whenever you tell your friends, "Hey, man, won't you add me on Meta?" It just doesn't have the same ring to it, right?
right.
Or like, "Hey, man, I won't you be my friend on Meta?" Like, what the hell are you talking about? So, is
Mine
your kid
your what
doing
is
okay
it?
back there?
Your top six or whatever. What was it on MySpace? Your top six.
Your top six, yeah, yeah. So so yeah, man. I don't know. I felt like mentioning that, but anyways, let's go back to movie trailers and movies. We both watched Dune.
Yep, we both
You
watched
watched Dune.
Dune.
I watched Dune. What were your thoughts, man?
Visually, it was awesome. Like the costumes, the settings, all this stuff was really cool. Um, I mean, overall, the movie was decent. It wasn't like the best movie I've ever seen, I would say, but it was still good. Um, I like the the Baron character, the main bad guy, and the actor behind that plays him is awesome. So,
Yeah.
um, what's his name? Eric something. Eric. He was in he was in Marvel. He's been in the MCU. He's the scientist that works with. He was on Thor.
It wasn't the guy who eventually became.
He was
Uh,
in the first Avengers movie where he got Loki like mind used the staff to like make him under his control.
Stalin's or Stellan Sagard. I think that's the guy who played the Baron.
Yeah,
But he was awesome. He was
yeah.
definitely menacing.
Bautista's in it, even though you barely get to see him in this
I,
um
I feel like he
in part
plays it.
one.
I feel like he plays the same character. Oh yeah, this guy. This guy's awesome.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
who you're talking about. Yeah, he's always playing like. Oh, not always, but he plays like kind of like a bad guy in a lot of films and stuff. But he's super good.
yeah,
Oh yeah, he's in Good Will Hunting. He was opposite Robin Williams in Good Will
yeah,
Hunting. That's where I remember him for sure. And yeah, he was in Thor too. That was that. Yeah, he was awesome. He was awesome. But
yeah.
anyways, what else did you think, man?
I mean, I didn't know. I guess probably nobody knew. I guess that it was going to be a 3-part thing. So this was part one. I guess they actually greenlit part two now.
Hmm.
So they're going to start prepping that. So who knows how long we got to wait for part two to come out? Probably 3 or 4 years.
I think they said 2024.
So
I
two
mean,
years.
yeah. So I think that's what they were kind of like. That was like the timeline. Obviously, that could change, right?
Yeah. So, but I mean, overall, I thought it was a decent movie. There's a couple of slow parts that were kind of, you know,
Hmm.
that kind of, affected my attention span. Got a little bored.
You're like, I'm
But
taking a nap.
yeah, I literally did start to like doze off. I'm like, had to get up, and, like walk around. But
Yeah.
all in all, it was a decent movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Just like you were saying, right? Dennis Villanueva. I don't know if I'm Villanueva. Yeah. The director who directed the film. I mean, he's had some really amazing films, right? Blade Runner 2049
Yeah,
was my favorite film of 2017. It was visually stunning, man. Again,
yeah,
those movies that he makes, especially like Blade Runner, it's not full of action, right? It's not going to necessarily, you know, uh, be exciting and thrilling in a lot of ways. but
Yeah.
it has a really good storyline, right? Is it going to have
Yeah.
a lot of dialogue? It is going to have a lot of dialogue, but it's really focused on developing those characters and really showing the world around it in a very
Yep.
large scale, man, which is
Yeah.
beautiful. Which again, he did the same thing in Arrival, which was that one film with Amy Adams, where she's kind of
Yeah.
like that person who speaks to the aliens and
The
stuff.
linguist or whatever.
Yeah, she's a linguist and kind of talks to them and learns the language, which is again another visually beautiful film. So I mean, he does the right things, I think, in my opinion, when it comes to visuals, and the way that the films are portrayed. Now, from a storyline aspect, man, there's a lot of foreshadowing, right? Like, there's a lot of foreshadowing in
Yeah.
what's going to eventually happen. And I think that's one of the things that kind of like draws people into the story, in my
Yeah.
opinion. And stories like that, right, where there's a main character, and that character is just like you're a regular, you're just a regular dude. You're like some prince. Well, maybe not everybody's a prince, but you're just like a regular human being, right, or a
Yeah.
regular, whatever they would consider themselves in that particular world. And next thing you know, you start finding out things that aren't as normal as you thought, right? And you're actually a
Yeah.
little bit different, and you have these special abilities, and you're probably it's the Jesus allegory, man. Like, you are the savior. You are the one that's going to free us all. You're going to want to liberate us, or you're the one who's going to build us up and give us so much more, right? And
Yeah.
so, like, I think that's really cool, and I think that's what appeals to this Dune character, is that he's that person. Now, like you said, I knew that there's multiple series of this book, right? Like Dune, there's multiple books out there, right?
Yeah.
About Dune and stuff. So when it came out, like you said, I was a little skeptical, because I was just like, all right, like, how is this going to end? Like, this is a 2.5 hour film, but like, how are they like, one, going to create and cram all that story into one, or at
Yeah.
one point are they going to end it and then it's supposed to lead to something else, right?
Yeah.
Um, so it was very interesting to see. Again, the cast was star studded, right? Oscar Isaac as his father was, man, he's cold. Anything he's
Yeah.
in, man, I'm a huge fan of. What is this? What Duke Idaho? Was that his name? Ah,
Uh
let
Duncan.
me- Duncan, Idaho, right? Which is
Jason
based on
Momoa.
Moe's characters, and Diaz in it, right? Was it Javier Bardem? Was he in it as well? Was he the one he had to kill? Because like it was that challenge. Again, spoilers, guys. Him and his mom are crossing the desert. Was that
Yeah.
Javier Bardem?
I don't think so.
I thought it was him. I was just like, um, I'll tell you right now if it was him or not. Do 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 do. Because Dave Bautista, man, a huge fan of Dave Bautista. I like a lot of things
Yeah.
as he's in, especially when he plays that like big. Oh yeah, that was Javier Bardem, man.
Huh.
Bardem. So him, and then Josh Brolin, man, like yeah. So again, star-studded
Yeah.
cast. The cast was
Yeah. So
amazing.
it was a big cast.
Yeah, which is great. Again, unfortunately, again, spoilers. People who are listening, some of those characters do die. So that kind of sucks. But their presence is definitely very important in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In what they do. And I thought the Baron was Dunzo, right? Whenever he released that gas, which I thought was really cool, man. I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, he just released his gas. Everybody's going to die. That's a wrap. But everybody did die, except, again, I'll let you guys
Like
watch and you'll find out.
how did he not notice that the Baron like activated that like personal force field thing?
Um, I
Because
thought he did.
it like flashes blue when you turn it on.
Yeah, and then red whenever it starts taking damage. But I think he was
Yeah.
like, I don't think it stops oxygen though, because you still would have to breathe.
Oh yeah, that's true.
At least that's what I'm thinking. Because like,
Yeah.
I think, how would you put on this force field, but then not be able to breathe through it? Like, I'm assuming
It
like
like
oxygen.
surrounds you and then you just suffocate and die.
I'm sure the first testing subjects for sure. The first people to try it out, they're like, let's try this out, and fucking died or something, right? So exactly. So I think that in that regard, I think that it was definitely one of those things where like maybe because I remember like when he did it, it turned red, like he was turning red
Yeah.
and he was like flashing, and then everybody else was kind of dying
Yeah.
and stuff. But it's like to see that his dad died. But again, a lot of foreshadowing. Like one of the ones was like you know uh, Timothy's character Paul like riding the giant dune monster. So that
Oh
was kind of
yeah.
cool towards the end
The
and stuff. So
sandworm.
the sandworm, yeah, he was like riding it and standing in front of it and stuff. So again, man, it's a cool story. I'm intrigued to see where they take it and see if they follow
Yeah.
books. I want to read the books now even more. I have the book. I was hoping to read it before I watched the movie. I didn't get around to reading it, but I have the book. I'm going to start that first book and see if it kind of follows the same scope, or maybe give me some images to kind of like from an imagination aspect to kind of build that
Yeah.
world for me. Now that the world's built, I can kind of go on that and put some faces, because sometimes I like
Yeah.
doing that. Like I like when sometimes a book, the movie comes out and follow like it's based on a book, and it gives me some faces to kind of put to these
Yeah.
characters, because sometimes it's hard for me to visualize these people. So I like that sometimes, but then on the flip side, sometimes I don't. So it
Yeah.
just depends.
But
But that was
like a
pretty cool.
couple examples of like the book and the movie not like lining up at all. Um, have you ever read I Am Legend?
Of course,
So the book is nothing like the movie,
nope,
or the movie is nothing like the book because the book came out first.
yep.
Like the movie is nothing like the
Did you read
book.
the book?
Yeah, I read the book. The book was
Oh
excellent.
man, you remember the story about the dog? Like
Yeah.
that shit was goddamn,
So and the
goddamn.
movie was good, but the
Mm-hmm.
movie could have been called anything else and it would have been just as good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But calling it I Am Legend, and then someone that, and for people like us that read the book, we're like, well, this isn't the book. This
Yeah.
isn't, it's nothing like the book. And then World War Z. Have you read the World War Z book?
Man, yeah. I read and watched both of them, man.
Yeah. And the movie is nothing like the book. The book
Nothing
is
at all.
excellent. The movie was good. And if they would have called it something else, it would have, it would have been equally as good. But it was nothing like the book.
Yeah, and I think they missed out on that, man. Like I would have loved to see the aftermath. Like again, because in the book, if people don't know, in the book he's interviewing people.
Yeah.
Right? And he's interviewing people, and this is after. And I guess in the book, if I remember correctly, maybe you kind of remember, like everything's kind of over at this point. Like things are
Yeah.
done, like it's already over. They survived, but they're interviewing everybody who was a part of it leading up to it, and what made them
Yeah.
like the main difference, right? And
Yeah.
how they kind of overcame it, how they lost at some points, and had to kind
Yeah.
of regroup and get back together and fight forward and stuff. So there was a lot of there that was it was great to hear those stories from those individuals, right? And again,
Yeah.
I've read the I read the book, and then I listened to the abridged version where they
Uh huh.
have voice actors do it, man, and it was great. It was great, man. It was
Yeah.
awesome. And then of course watching the movie too, but the movie had nothing to do with the book. That was the thing that
Nothing.
I
The
was
only
like,
thing it shared was the title.
that was the title, and then there were zombies, and that was it.
Yep.
So, but yeah, no, it was crazy. I didn't, so, but no,
And they
I
could have
agree.
made it like the book. They could have had it like where it's the guy interviewing people in the room, and then when the like as the person starts telling the story, it could like flash back
Flashbacks.
to the scene and show you what
Absolutely.
happened, and then come back to the guy and like the next person. I mean, they could have, and they probably would have had to cut a lot of it out, or they
Yeah.
to shorten it or whatever to make it a movie formatted time. But you could have like picked the good part, the good count, like the good interviews to keep to
Yeah.
push the story forward, and it would have been probably would have been excellent.
No, for sure. I highly agree. But kind of going back to I Am Legend, man. So I read that recently. Like I want to say it was like a few months ago, and it was too eerie for me, man. Like I got
Yeah,
really. And here's why. Because like there's a part in there where he talks about like the early spread of the virus and how
yeah,
everybody was sick, and so he was just like everybody was sick. He's like then we had to quarantine, and then people were stockpiling on food. And they had to shut down a bunch of restaurants and grocery stores and businesses, and we couldn't go to work, and we could only go to work like every other day. Dude, it was just too weird to do the parallels and everything that happened in 2020, and then like reading the book and kind of hearing dude, it gave me chills just to kind of like I was like holy shit. And again, everything he was describing, and again, this is the person who wrote this book, and
yeah.
like they didn't experience this, right? Like I don't think this person, maybe they'd experienced it early, like with like flu. I can't remember how old the writer was at the time, but
So
like
in the
what's
the,
up?
the book the book came out in 1954.
Dude, yeah. So again, that person probably was old enough to like be around during the flu and maybe
Yeah,
like saw some of those things. But again, everything that he said, maybe whether he experienced it or not, was almost to the point or exactly the same as to everything that happened in 2020. Man, it was really weird. It like
yeah,
dude, it freaked me out. I was just like, holy shit. But again, sometimes that's a great thing about like digesting literature or even
Yeah.
media like movies and stuff, man. It's like human stories being retold, man. And just kind of like reliving and going through the things that other people have been through and can kind of talk to. So, but yeah, man, there's also a
Another.
scene. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go
Before
ahead.
we go, there's also one more scene, man, in the book. And again, I kind of mentioned it is the dog. Like it was fucking rough because in the movie the dog's his friend the entire
Yeah.
time, but in this he has to try to befriend this dog,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
he goes through all these steps, and it's like months, right? And he's like beating himself up because there's times where he like feeds the dog, and the dog's get close, and he like pets the dog, and then the dog runs away and doesn't come back for a few days, and then the dog
Yeah.
comes back, and then finally, man, again, this is like over like 50 pages or something like that, right? Or maybe 30 pages. He finally gets the dog in the house, and you're happy for him. And the dog fucking dies like a week later because it just manged and got sick and stuff, and it died, and he's just like fucking torn all apart, man. Like, man, it's fucking great. The book is amazing, man. The movie's
Yeah.
cool. I do like the movie. It is pretty cool, but man, that book it's amazing, man. Sometimes literature can expand on some of those things a little bit more, right? So, but you were gonna say, man, sorry.
Another book that was in the same line that was made into a movie was Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh,
Have you
okay.
read
See,
that book?
I didn't read it or watch the movie, but please let us
The
know
book
some of the
is
differences,
awesome.
man.
And I mean, I'm trying to like visualize the difference between the book and the movie. No, of course they add more to the movie to
Mhm.
make it, to make it more visually appealing. Um, but the book was awesome. The book was like super believable. Like when you're reading the book, you're like, this is something that could really, and there's pictures in the book where they like to
Oh,
like photographs that they doctor, of course, to make
of
it
course.
like to add to the story.
Oh
Like
man,
one of the
that's
pictures, I
awesome.
think there's like um it's like maybe General Lee sitting in a tent, and across from him is another another general, but it happens to be a vampire.
Oh,
But
dude.
they made, the picture looks authentic. Of course it's not, and you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that,
yeah.
but just like those little touches, and the book was really good. And there's actually a sequel to the book where like
Oh shit.
and I'm not going to spoil it for you, but the sequel is just as good as the first one. Like if you get a chance, you got to read those books.
I will, man. I'm gonna put that on the list. That sounds again, like I said,
Definitely a good
vampires, man.
read.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't hear great things about the movie, and I think maybe because that was the point, right? Or just like similar to you were saying, people probably weren't fans of the movie because they probably didn't follow the book very well. So
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, definitely put those on your reading list.
for
Definitely
sure.
worth read.
Okay, vampire, or sorry, was it
Abraham
Abraham Lincoln
Lincoln.
Vampire Slayer or something like that, right?
Hunter.
Hunter. Thank
Yep.
you. Cool, man. Just kind of jumping into the, again, sticking to the whole timeline of like trailers and movies and stuff. I know you sent me some trailers. One of them was the day before, which again wasn't a movie, but it was a video game, which is a
Yeah.
PC game. And like it looks amazing. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Division, right? Just or maybe even the
Yeah.
Last of Us, kind of mixing
Yeah.
together, and it's just like
Yeah, it's like a cross of both those, the Division and Last of Us, or Division and like another zombie like apocalypse game.
for sure. And I think that having those two, or like that combined or whatever, man, looks amazing. It looks amazing. Obviously, I
And
don't
if
have a
it's
PC, but
but it's
I
supposed
would.
to be coming out to PS5 for PS5 and Xbox also later after the PC release.
Oh no way! Don't tell me that. Don't tell me
Yeah.
that.
So we
I
just
would 100% get it, man. I'd spend
so the
hours
PC
upon
release is
hours.
like June of 2022, this coming year.
Hmm.
So I'm assuming it'd probably be within a few months of the PC release. They can push out the console release.
Oh
And
yeah,
if it's
6/21, 2022. You're right.
like how the Division was, where you play, with friends online in a squad,
Oh
that'd
man.
be pretty sick.
Oh no, for sure. So watch the gameplay on that. Like you said, looks extremely good. Can't
Yeah,
wait for that to come out. Even to the point where I'm all like, shit, maybe I should get a PC and play this game, right?
right.
Because I'm always down for survival. What is it? Is it MMO RPG games, right? I
Yeah,
always get those confused, but one that you kind of develop this world and get these characters to kind of like really you build them up, right? And again, you can build a
yeah,
house, which is super cool, right? I played a game
yeah.
that was called 7 Days to Die, graphics are awful, but the game is fun because you literally like you start out in your underwear and you have to like forage and and mine for like you have to beat up plants. You have to like get a rock and punch a rock, and then you turn it into
Yeah.
like a hammer, and then that hammer turns into like a pick, and then it turns into like a chainsaw. Like you just have to like get the resources to build those kind of things, and then you go back and you find an abandoned home and you start refortifying it, and you have
Yeah.
like you trenches with like barbed wires, and it's you could do whatever, man. It's so maybe not whatever, but like you can do so many things, and if the game is even remotely like that, man, like it has my attention already.
Yeah.
I'm always down for like a survival game where you have to like get resources to build your world around you to defend yourself even more. So,
And
um,
especially if it's multiplayer, if we can play together,
yeah, and
makes
that's
it
what we
even
would.
just
And
as.
then yeah, like 7 days to die. That's one of the things that me, Victor, and one of his friends we would all do. Man, we'd all jump on there. It's like four of us, and we're just like we're like, hey, we're gonna go. They're like, hey, let's go excavate or let's go like search this area. But we'd all do it together, right? And we'd
Yeah.
all get each other's back. And we're like, oh shit, there was like dogs or zombies, and we'd all work together like to make sure we survived, right? And if one
Yeah.
of us died, I think you'd have to respawn at wherever you put your stuff at. So you'd have to like go all the way back, but shit, your friends are going with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're protecting you as all this stuff is happening, man. So if that game is like that even remotely, I'm fucking down. I'm down.
Yeah. For real.
Miguel Myers is down. Um,
Miguel Myers.
uh, another some other stuff, man. Movie trailers now was Black Friday. Michael
Yeah.
J. White. And you said it was Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell's
So
in
if
it.
you've seen The Evil Dead or Army of Darkness, then you'll know who Bruce Campbell is.
It's kind of one of those like you know staple guys when it comes to those things, right? Like a guy
To
that's been
like a horror
around it.
movie
Yeah, and
or
horror
like
movies and
a
stuff.
campy horror movie, actually.
There it is.
Yeah.
But I guess from what I got from the trailer, it's the premise is there are these is Black Friday, which I have to live through every year. It's my own nightmare, which is one of the reasons why I told Derek I didn't watch it at first. He's like, "Do you watch the trailer?" I said, "No, Derek. I lived through Black Friday. If you guys know, I work in retail, so and Black Friday's right around the corner. I am dreading it every day. But with the in the movie, there's these characters that are going to this toy shop or something,
Yeah,
and
it's a toy store, like a Toys R Us or something.
yeah, and they're going to open up to allow the customers in. And as they allow the customers in, they start noticing the customers have changed a little bit. And they are blood sucking, brain eating zombies or something like that, right? And they
I
start
don't know.
attacking
It's
them.
like demons or something because some of them look like they had like elongated teeth and
Oh, I guess so. I always jump to zombies. If they turn into monsters, I'm like automatically
yeah,
zombies. But you may be right. You may be right. It may be other types of
whatever it is, it's something that are attacking the store workers.
and they have to use they have to try to survive and use the resources within the building to fight the monsters off. So um,
Yeah,
looked kind of interesting. Again, I'm always down for a good zombie film or monster film or something like that. It is all it is a Black Friday film, so I might as well watch it. I might even show it in the break room or something like that. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. If it's rated R,
nah,
I can't do that. I get in trouble for that. But it's one of those things where like it looks kind of interesting, and I'll
yeah.
definitely check it out, especially for horror sake. Another trailer was Red Notice. Did watch Red Notice. I think the trailer came out a week ago. At least that's what YouTube told me. So I'm just gonna believe YouTube because they are the truth of everything. I'm just kidding. No, they're
Right.
not. But yeah, Red Notice, man. Gal Gadot, Ryan Reynolds, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. They're in it. It looks like it's some kind of heist thief movie. One
Yeah.
guy was a former, member of the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI),
Yeah.
and he gets his red notice. Which, Derek, do you know what a red notice is?
I guess
Are you
it's like
familiar
you're
with
being
that?
internally investigated.
Either internally investigated or you've been like burned. It's like kind of like a burn notice, where it's like,
Yeah.
shit, we must now like arrest you or some shit like that. But there's a scene in the trailer where they're in a helicopter and a mother effing missile goes
Oh
through the
yeah.
doors of the thing, and it was just really crazy. And there's some part where they're both like lifting up rocks, and he's like, "Use your neck." Ryan Reynolds tells the rock, "Use your
Yeah.
neck. You'll be fine. Lift it up. Use your neck and stuff." So. Looks entertaining, man. It's going to be a Netflix film, so it's as soon as it releases, you'll be able to stream it at home if you have Netflix. So be on the
Yeah.
lookout for that. I'm sure it's going to be pretty good, or at least have some comedy. And I think that's coming out. What it said next
I
week or
think
something,
November.
like
Sometime in
beginning of November.
November.
Yeah, so should be pretty good. Definitely intrigued. intrigued to watch it. I think it's gonna be pretty good. But I was about to like make a thought, but we'll get into this thought here in a second. Um, let's see. Another big thing that happened yesterday. Derek got to watch it live. Did you watch it live, Derek?
Yeah, the state of play.
Yeah, State of Play. Derek watched it live. I had to catch it back earlier today and rewatch it. State of Play, Derek. What did you think?
Um, I mean, I guess a lot of people were expecting like some AAA, caliber games to be shown. Um, and it really wasn't. There's a lot more like indie style games, which I'm
Mhm.
cool with. I'll try indie games. I'm not a fan of every indie game, but if it looks interesting to me, I'll play it. And there was a couple in there that looked interesting to me. A couple, and other was well, I guess there was at least a couple games that weren't like indie. I know like that Star Ocean. There's been multiple Star Ocean games, um,
Mhm.
but that's not I'm not into those kind of games. But there
Wait,
were a
which one was
couple
Star Ocean?
it's like the RPG looking game.
I'm trying to like look because I think I wrote down the list of all the games. There's like Divine Force, um,
So there was
King of the
Little Devil Inside, King of
yeah,
Fighters,
King
which
of
is
Fighters
another
15.
that's not indie. First Class Trouble,
Yep,
Death's Door,
Divine
Cart
Force.
Cart Rider Drift, Death Verse, We Are OFK, Star Ocean, The Divine Force,
How did I miss
Bug
that one?
Snacks, Five Nights at Freddy's, Security Breach, and I think that was it.
Yeah, okay, maybe I missed that one. I'm positive I was paying attention.
But yeah, so probably out of all those, there was probably two that I was the most interested in. Um, and that would be First Class Trouble and Little Devil Inside. But at
I'm
the
trying
same
to
time, that
see.
First Class Trouble kind of reminds me, and we mentioned this before we started recording. That First Class Trouble is like a dressed up version of Among Us.
It is, or at least that's what it looks like to me, right? It sounds
Yeah,
like that, but I think that's what's popular right now, and I think
yeah,
that it's not necessarily a bad thing for them um, to hop on that bandwagon. I think those
yeah,
games are fun, right?
yeah.
I think that those games are very they
Because
appeal
it's
to
something you
people,
can play with a bunch of people.
hmm and you have to communicate. It forces you to talk. It
Yeah,
forces who's the robot, who's not the robot,
yeah.
or like hey, it forces you to because
Convince
people.
other people that you either are or aren't. Also,
Yeah, man, and you get to play that. If you're a person that's really good at deception, you get to deceive people,
yeah,
right? And you get to
yeah.
kind of do that a little different. So I think that from that aspect, which have you ever played Among Us? Did you ever
I
play?
played it a little bit.
You son of a bitch! Why did you invite me? I'm just kidding.
I played it with like randos. I've never played it with anybody I know.
Okay,
But I think it's coming out for PS4 or PS5 soon.
I thought it'd been out for the console. Has it not been out for the
Maybe not for
console?
PS5.
Yeah, not for PS5. I know for sure. I thought it came out in the console because I know like people were
Oh, and
talking about
Red
that.
Notice comes out November 5th. So
Oh shit! So next
next week.
Friday. Yeah, next Friday. Because the sixth, I believe, is on Saturday. So,
You got to be kidding me.
yep. I'm just kidding. I don't know. What you got?
Among Us comes out 14 December.
Oh shit! I knew it was coming out soon, or it was already out.
But wasn't it like can't you download it on PC or like a tablet and play for free?
You can download it on PC and you can download it on your phone. But I paid for it though. I remember I paid for it.
I
It was
think I
only
had it
like
on my iPad and it was free.
oh shit, nah man, I
How
paid
much did
for
you
it.
pay for it?
Nah, not that much. Like maybe $5, maybe $10 or something like that.
So did you see how much it cost for the console?
Oh god, how much, man?
$30 for the standard,
What?
50 for the imposter edition, 90 for the ejected edition.
No, 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 no.
I,
Hold on, I'm
I
about to
can't
open
pay
up.
$30 for a game like that.
I was like, I'm about to open up my Steam account to see how much I paid because I know I didn't pay that much for it. I'm confident I didn't. I'm sure I
What
paid
could
like
possibly be in one of these special editions? Like,
Maybe it comes with the figure or something like that. It can't be. There's no way.
Yeah, it comes with a plush, a beanie,
No. Let's see. Among
a
Us.
map, some other stuff. Definitely not worth $90.
I can see you paying for it. It's fine. Dude, you could
Uh,
buy it on. It's 25% off right now, and you could buy it for $374 on Steam.
so you're gonna pay? You gonna spend $30 for the PS5 version?
No, no. Yeah, dude, 374. You could buy $3.74. You could buy like an all-in-one bundle for like $16, and you could buy a starter pack, which I think it gives you just additional skins and stuff for like 856. What, man? Yo, this is why we need to just switch
They
over to
better
PC,
add
man.
that to PS Plus for December. That's all I gotta say.
You're
Because
like,
I'm
I'm
not
not
spending
playing this.
$30 on that game. I couldn't
You
do
can do
it.
it, man. I believe in you.
No,
You
I'm
balling
good.
like that? I'm just kidding.
I couldn't
But
do
no,
it.
man. But no, it does look like Among Us. I'm a fan of Among Us. I played. I've had a good opportunity to play with some friends. Some people that I
Yeah.
met, back in the day playing like Dungeons and Dragons. I played with their friends, and I think I knew like a few of them, or like yeah, I played with them and some of their friends, and then some of my friends and stuff. So that was a good time. Just kind of like because your friends trying to deceive you. I couldn't. Anytime I was the imposter, I kept getting caught. I think I won one time, but that was it, man. Every other time it was we were getting our asses. I was getting my ass kicked or something like that,
I
or
mean, I think it
dying.
would be
And
fun
it's
for
and
all of
it's
us
so
to play
funny
it
to get
on.
muted
You're like really
on
breaking
console.
up.
Oh, I'm
What's that?
sorry. I'm sorry. Hold
You're
on one
like
second.
super
I'm like trying to
pixelated.
fucking
You're like eight. You're
shit.
like 8-bit right now.
Don't say that. What about now? Am I okay?
Now it's frozen.
Still messed up.
Still frozen.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is what I get for trying to open up fucking applications on my computer at the same
You got
time,
like 30
guys.
windows
I have
open.
like no, I mean yes, but at the same time, I mean my RAM and my RAM is only like maybe 500 megabits or something. So I'm just kidding, Derek. It's not that bad.
you got
Pretty
like
damn bad.
you got like a laptop from like 1995.
No, 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 no. 1992. It's even older than that. What's this? I got some like sticky shit. Apparently, I got stabbed and shot. See this? That's a bullet hole. Bullet hole, man. They cut my goddamn. They cut my damn arm. Sorry. Can you still see me? Or am I looking pixelated still?
Still pixelated. Not as bad as it was, but it's still pixelated.
Well, sorry everybody who's watching the stream, or if you eventually watch
That's
the
what
stream.
happens when
Sorry
you
about that.
record a Halloween episode.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm just kidding. I don't do
Spoopy.
spooky. But yeah. So I know we're gonna get back to it. So yeah, some of the games that we saw, and you said you really liked. You said First Class Trouble looks like Among Us. Yes. What are some other games on there that you may check out if it comes? If you get them free or if they're at a decent price.
Probably the Little Devil Inside. I could see myself trying that one. That one looks kind of interesting.
Okay.
But really, other than those two, probably nothing else.
Have you? Speaking of Little Devil Inside, have you ever played a game called Inside?
No.
There's a game called Inside. It is, I believe, it's a sequel to a previous game. What was the game called? I believe, yeah. So it was Danish from. Okay, so it was like for PS4. It's published by Play Dead, which is the company that published it and stuff. Um, but there's really not much. What is this? What is this sequel to? Man, people are gonna hate me on it. They'll be like, "Dude, how do you not know this shit?" Oh, it's Limbo. Okay, so there was a game called Limbo, and I think it was kind of like a prequel, or if not, it was like or if not, it was like a game that was not necessarily based on Limbo, but it's kind of same stylistically, and they changed it. But this game called Inside, it's like you're a character, and it's like the old school like games where you're like running across, and like as you're running across, like the world is passing by, but you can't go back and you can't go forward kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or you can go forward, but as your character moves, but you can't go back. It was a independent game, an indie game. I remember I bought it for like maybe $15 or $10. I remember it got really great reviews. Um,
Uh
no dialogue. I don't believe there was like any dialogue. The story is told through the character and just the things that kind of happened. And it's like you kind of you're like in a barn or something. And if I remember correctly, you're somewhere and you're trying to go back to the place where you were initially at that you escaped from, and you have to
uh
go back. And again, there's no dialogue. There's not much of a storyline, but the game is so good, man. And I wonder if like Little Devil Inside is kind of similar, where maybe there's not a lot of dialogue, but it kind of gives you objectives to kind of complete so that you can kind of tell the
yeah.
story. And then Inside, once you kind of get to the finish, man. No spoilers. I'm not going to spoil it or anything like that. But man, it's a good little plot twist. You're like, what's happening, right? So and things of that nature. So but no, Derek, I don't think we did.
So we should probably bring that trailer up then too.
I think we may have brushed on it, but we didn't talk about it too much. But yeah, no. So the Inside, man, I think the Little Devil Inside is probably something similar to that, and I hope it is
Yeah.
because again, that was really good, right? That was a really
Yeah.
good game that I played, and I highly recommend if you like a quick, a cheap indie game that has good music to it, and also just kind of like a good storyline. Not a lot of colors. It's not very, visually stimulating because it's like almost in black and white or a little bit, or at least the colors are a little darker and stuff. Because again, it's a
Yeah.
dark story, but the story nonetheless, man, it says a lot, and so makes me want to go replay it. I might go replay it, man. So, but no, so some good games on there, like you said, First Class Trouble. That's going to be the free one of the free games for the November PlayStation Plus games. So definitely we'll check that out and try that out. So again, if you get some time, man, we got to link up on that.
And I got so
Um,
many games in my queue.
um, another one was Death's Door. I think that one again. I'm a big fan of the cameras above, so it reminded me a
Yeah.
little bit of like Diablo. So that might be a game that I'll definitely try to pick up. Another game that wasn't in the state of play. I'm just gonna kind of change the subject here a little bit. That I did play. I played PGA on Tuesday, man.
Oh, did you? The one that was the PlayStation
Yeah,
Plus game, right?
yeah, the PlayStation Plus
How
game.
is it?
Dude, it's awesome. I fucking love it. Like I was I was trying to play Call of Duty, and the goddamn updates on there take forever to download, man, and get
Yeah.
happy. So I was sitting there waiting for that, and so as my friends were playing it, I was like, hey, I'm gonna like wait for this to download, and it was taking forever. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna load up some PGA. Fuck it, like I'm gonna do it right. I loaded up some PGA, and it was great, man. I think I played like maybe 4 or 5 18 holes. Like I was in there, man. It was like 2 hours later, and I was like, holy shit! All I've been doing is sitting there playing PGA. I think I was like five above par the first game, but then the second game, like I met par, and then like the third game, I was like 6 under par, 8 under
Nice.
par. I was like, oh shit! I was like, all right, this is making sense, and it kind of explains like it tells you to pay attention to the wind, which driver to use, how much how much to curve it to kind of like so like
Yeah.
the spin on it. Dude, it goes into it very very much in detail.
Yeah.
But I like it a lot, man. So if you want to get
We're
this
gonna have to
ass
try to get
whooping,
on there and play some multiplayer because it's
yeah,
multiplayer, isn't it?
yes it is. So again, you want this ass kick, man? Let me know, and I'll give you this ass kicking.
Come get these hands.
Come get these hands.
I did get 2 games in the mail this week, and I haven't even bothered to like open them.
Which games are those, man?
So I got the Guardians of the Galaxy game that just came out,
Oh
and
shit, I've heard
then
good things.
I don't know if you've seen was it the Dark Horse anthology games?
Ooh, Dark Horse, Dark Horse. Which one's Dark Horse?
So there's like 3 so far. They're scary games. They're kind of like Until Dawn and that sort of thing. I think they might be made by the same people.
Okay.
So I got and I have so I played the first one, which was Man of Medan, and then the second one came, and it's sitting with the rest of my stack of games that I haven't even opened it, and then the new one that just came, I haven't opened that one either.
Yeah, Dark Horse actually has some really good games. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna look up their.
So I'm trying to pull them all up. So Man of Medan,
Oh
Little
no,
Hope,
I'm confusing it with something completely different. Never mind.
and then trying to see where the other ones are.
Sure, it's not Katy Perry's Dark
House of
Horse.
Ashes. So I think it is the same people that do Until Dawn.
Oh, that's awesome. Until Dawn is such a great game.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I don't know what I did. There's
Yes, you
something
just
wrong on my
messed some
phone.
stuff up.
Probably. But yeah, so that one came and I've just been replaying all of the Hitman. Because I got Hitman 3 and it took me I had to finish something else. And then I finally played Hitman 3, finished it, and then like you can play Hitman 1 and 2 from Hitman 3. So I was like,
Okay.
I might as well go back and play them all. So I went
Mhm.
back and it didn't for some reason. Like I have like an account with IOI Interactive and you know it keeps track of your progress through the games and everything, but it
Yeah.
didn't. It was like according like when I loaded it up, it was like I never played 1 and 2. So I was like, I might as well play through 1 and 2 again because there's so many
Oh,
different ways you can play each level of Hitman.
of course.
So it's not like playing the same game over again. So I've been just playing through that again.
Have you come
So
across? I don't know if I asked you this. Have you come across a mission that you like the most, that you thought that was the most creative,
um
or maybe your most creative kill? Because there's
I
always some good ones on there, man. I think, like,
yeah. Oh yeah. There's so
I
many good
forget.
ways to kill people.
I wish I can't remember. There was one where you like you dressed up as a gimp, I think, and you hid in a box, and some guy came and you like hopped out and stabbed him or some shit.
Was that in
And
the
then
original? One of the original ones?
I think that's one of the original ones because there's that
Yeah.
one, and then there's like a Mardi Gras one. That one was pretty cool
Yeah, I think
because
that
like
was in the original one of the original ones. It hasn't been in the 3 like reboots, I guess, or whatever they call these last 3
yeah,
that came out.
there's like one again. I'm sure this is in multiple of the games where you like cut the air conditioning and the unit like falls on the person and kills them and
Yeah.
stuff. Like there's always very unique ways. There's one where
Yeah.
this guy's like about to drive off and he like turns his ignition and it fucking explodes. Like it's
Yeah.
just there's always a really cool one and you have to like
So
distract
one of the
people.
missions I did, it was in a hotel in Bangkok or in Thailand outside of Bangkok, and it's a real hotel. Like they used a real location.
Oh
All the
shit.
locations are for the most part based on like real life places.
Hmm.
Um, so you had to kill. He was like the lead singer of some band, and they had like the whole upper floor of the hotel, the whole band, and they were like partying. And it was his birthday weekend, and they were also turned one of the suites into like a recording studio. So um, I had to get to where I had to find there was like a special microphone that one of the bandmates had ordered, but it was a
Yeah.
defective, like the brand was defective and like and that made it why that's how like it was popular as hard to find microphone because it had a defect to it.
Hmm.
And the defect is it was short out. So you had to like find the microphone and then put it in the recording booth to and swap it. And then you had to go behind the mixing station and like mix the track. So it's like so he liked it. And then he would go and try to and like add his vocals to the track. So when he grabbed the mic, it just like fried his ass. He's like
Oh, that's awesome.
and then so when you go back downstairs, like I just did it for fun. There's like a electrical like anytime there's a like a what do you call it, a power strip, you
Hmm.
can like expose wires on it if you have a screwdriver. And then if there's water nearby, it'll cause people to get electrocuted. So there was one, and then someone drug a hose, and this is inside the hotel, like right next to it, within feet of it. So I exposed the wire. I went into the bathroom, turned on the hose, so people would be like, "Oh, why is this hose on?" And they'd walk over, and they would get shocked. I probably electrocuted like 6 people in this one spot. I just kept electrocuting people and more people would show up. Like I would turn the switch back on, and someone else would show up and just, and then it'd short the circuit, so you'd have to go back and flip the switch, like over and over. I just kept flipping the switch and just frying the shit out of dudes for like 30 minutes. That's all he did in this game was like electrocute dudes.
Oh shit, man. There's that one. That's a really good one. I'm trying to think. There's one that was like really creative, where you like there was like a doctor who needed like a flu shot or some shit like that, and you needed to like put
Uh-huh.
some stuff in there, and you like dress up and you have to change your costume, come in and like inject them or something. So there's always really cool. Just
Yeah.
it's really creative. They're really creative sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like fuck it, I'm going guns a blazing. I'm tired of this shit. But then sometimes it's like you said, being sneaky and doing those just
Yeah.
like extra missions and stuff that you can kind of do that. But I think it may be one of the originals where you dress up as a gimp or you have to like find the gimp or something. And it's like a worshiping station or something like that. Or there's like one where there's like a cell phone and it was kind of making
Yeah.
fun of Samsung or some shit because it's like, oh yeah, like people won't know if there's like a new like phone when he puts it to his ear, boom, it explodes and some
Yeah. And
shit like that.
one of the early missions I did, a guy had a smartwatch and they were making a like a virus that would overload the battery in the watch to make it explode. So I rigged the guy. He had this. I mean, the story kind of he. So his watch was the exact same model of the watch that they were gonna like do this virus to overload the
Mm-hmm.
battery to kill a target. But it just happened the guy that was like setting all this up had the same watch. So I put the battery in his watch, and then so he
Oh.
put the watch on, and then I followed him around until he got like where I wanted him, and then I like sent the thing, and he like went to check, and it just like exploded in his face.
Oh shit. I mean, again, really cool. I
Yeah,
know.
if you
And we
haven't
think
played the last three Hitman that have come out, definitely worth a playthrough. And you can so many options in these games,
I
and
was about to
there's
say, and that's
high replay ability.
yeah, and that's what I was going to
And
like
that's
kind
not
of
even like
add to
me
that.
trying to like hunt trophies. Like I haven't even checked like how many trophies I have in any of these games to see if like
Mhm.
what I need. I just replay them because you can kill somebody a different way each time almost.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's awesome. And sometimes like it kind of it gets me angry sometimes because like I'll beat that mission and then
Yeah.
it'll go back and you can look at the options of like the different ways you could have killed somebody. I'm like,
Yeah. Yep.
damn it! Right, again, it doesn't walk you through it. It's just all like, oh, poison them, or like,
Yeah.
they electrocuted themselves, or like they ate bad food, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different ways. We're just like, oh shit, I missed out on that. Like, how did I miss out on that, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it
But,
happens like that sometimes.
but yeah, definitely those are games that I recommend. If you haven't played the last three Hitman games that have come out, definitely worth it.
I'm so
Definitely.
upset that I didn't download.
Two last month and it was free.
Fuck yeah, man. God damn, I kept meaning to put that in my queue and just completely forgot about it. It happens though. So, but
Right.
no, I know you kind of mentioned it, man, just a little bit ago. But trailer, the Uncharted trailer. I know we kind of maybe talked about it in the last podcast, but what were your thoughts on it, man? Like, boy,
I
Tom Holland as Nathan Drake,
I like it
and
because it's like a prequel to the game. So, you know, it's him as a when he's a younger kid. And I in the comment section of the trailer, people pointed out, why did he say when I was a kid when he's a kid when he's in the movie? And then other people were like, why doesn't Sully have a mustache yet? But he's a younger,
it's a younger
um,
version of him,
yeah, Marky Mark is a younger version of Sully.
Sully
So
Sullenberger or something like that, right?
yeah, so other than that, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. And someone did a side by side of that shot, the scene where he's come with the airplane and the cargo, and
Yeah,
it was pretty spot on. It was pretty close to the actual game.
and that's the thing
So
that I
they,
love. I love so much about the game. Yep.
you can tell that they like took what do you call it? Like they took like from the game to add to the movie without like making it exact.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're what do you call it? What the hell's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word.
Yeah, dude, it happens to me all the time. I blank out on the word, but yeah, that side by side comparison was great, and I think that that's the thing that like made me so much of a fan of the Uncharted series was the fact that like
Yeah,
you're on the edge on this train that's like over a ledge, and
yeah,
right. I kind of messed up, butchered my words there, but you're like in a train and it's over a ledge, and you're in the back seat, and you're like waking up, and you're like,
yeah.
oh shit, I'm on a fucking
And you
train that's
gotta climb
hanging.
like from seat to seat to get out,
And then, like, as you're climbing from seat to seat, it's like fucking getting,
falling slowly.
oh, dude, yeah. So it's one of those things where like the side by sides were great, and I hope that they continue with those because I
Yeah,
think they're heading in the right direction for that film and what it should
yeah,
be. So,
yeah,
it looked good to me. Now, again, those little things, right? Like I wish Sully looked like Sully, or had the mustache and looked a little bit older. Like I think Mark
yeah,
Wahlberg is going to do great in the film. He's gonna be a good Sully, but I would definitely like to see him have a mustache. And I know he looks so funny. I don't know if I've ever seen Mark Wahlberg with facial hair, and if I have, I don't remember it that well. But yeah, him with a mustache would be great, man. So
yeah. I don't think I've seen him with anything like that either.
He's always clean shaven. Marky Mark
Yeah,
has to stay fresh.
right. Old Marky Mark.
But no, so yeah, man. So it looks really good. I want to see where they go with it. I definitely will. I might buy a ticket, man. As more trailers come out, I might be a person to go buy a ticket and go actually watch
Yeah,
it in
yeah, I think
theaters.
so
So
too.
I like where Sony kind of does those things with the film, and I like Tom Holland. I think he's a good actor. Yes, he looks really young, but the man's not. He's not a baby. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
the kid, the guy's a man. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah.
not like he's like 17 or something like that.
Is
But
he?
dude,
I thought he was older than that, actually.
no, he's 25. The man is
He looked,
25. He's a grown ass man.
he looked young for 25.
Hell yeah, he looks young, but he's a grown ass man. Chris Evans is 40 years old.
Wow.
Exactly.
I don't know if you've ever. So there's this show that Petra and I watch. It's one of her favorites. It's on TLC called 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, I may have seen. I've either seen an episode or I've seen bits and parts of it. Know
So
what it
they have
is?
spin-offs where like
It's
it's
fucking
before the 90
hilarious.
day, or like there's one called The Other Way where the people from America go to the other people's country.
Oh,
So there's one
interesting.
where this guy um moves to Mexico, and it's a gay guy, so he goes to, be with his gay I don't know the word,
Partner, partner.
gay partner in Mexico. And the guy from the States is 54 years old, but he looks like he's in his 30s.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. Like, and then they have another spinoff called Pillow Talk, where people that were on the show before watch the current episodes, and then they talk, like they make comments as they're watching it. And
Okay.
when the first time they showed this guy, his name is Kenneth. Like everyone in the cast, when they showed him, they're like, "Whoa, no way, this dude is that!" Like they were so surprised at this guy's age, and no way does he look like he's 54. It's
Well,
just
Derek,
amazing
I
how some
mean,
people.
no, I was gonna say, Derek. I mean, you're 85, and shit, you don't look 85, man. So.
You son of a bitch.
I don't know, but yeah, there's some people that have good genes, man, and just look hella young. So I'm not one of those people, and you're not one of those people. But shit, power to the people who look fucking young, man. Shout out to Tom Holland.
So I'm trying to find. Remember, I tell you that, like when we talk about NFL, and I tell you that one thing that tells you like the rankings for each team or whatever in the little category they're in. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to find that right now, and I'm scrolling. Someone posted a thing from the Buzz Lightyear movie, and they
Oh
show him with the
no.
blue cap or whatever, the blue sock,
Yeah.
and what it looks like without the sock. Bro,
You have to send it to me. No.
so
No.
he's wearing a wave cap this whole time.
My man got waves. My man got some waves. Let's go.
Yo, yo.
All right. But with that, I think that's a good segue to get into the NFL. And let's talk some
Yo.
football for last week before we wrap this up. Derek, man, did you watch some football? Were there some games that kind of shocked you? Or were there some games that, you know, that you were like, all right, knew this was going to happen?
I'm just mad that San Francisco they can't figure it out. Like I don't know.
Well, let's run out before we get into the San Francisco game. Let's run down some other scores and some other games. The Broncos and the Browns from Thursday night last Thursday. You had Case Keenum, third string backup, right? Led the Browns past the Broncos. The Broncos are not who we thought they were. The Browns
Yeah,
got a pretty decent team. See if Baker
yeah.
Mayfield will come back. Packers and the Washington football team.
I
I
mean,
mean,
who?
come on now. Now, this game, the next game I'm about to tell you the score of, and I'm sure you were just as shocked. I'll never forget, I was sitting there. I was at lunch at work, right? And like walked into the break room to warm up my food. And then I think we have NFL Sunday tickets. So we show all the games and stuff, right? And like the Chiefs and Titans game's on. And I'm like, yo, why is it 24-0 in the second quarter? I was like, what the hell's going on? And it didn't get any better. They kicked a field goal and the game ended 27-3. What the hell's wrong with the Chiefs?
Yo, Derrick Henry though, man,
King Henry. King
you
Henry.
can't, you can't beat him. Yeah, the Chiefs are like people figured them out. They figured out what they got to do to stop that offense. All you got to
Which
do is take away
They don't have a really good running game. Take away Tyreek
Yeah.
Hill.
Take away
Pressure the
Hill and
shit
take
out
away
of
Kelsey.
yeah. Take away Kelsey. Pressure the hell out of Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Man can't throw it
And
to anybody.
he took a hit.
The dude's taking some beatings this season. Falcons and Dolphins. It was 30-28. This one, did it go to overtime? No. It went to the last second.
I saw that Watson might be going to the Dolphins.
Tua Tagovailoa, if I said that correctly, the man balled out in that game. Threw for 4 touchdowns. Right, his stat line was really good. I think he had like maybe 300 yards or something like that.
Yeah,
high completion percentage. Like the dude can ball. If he can stay healthy, he can ball. But he has trouble staying healthy. That's the bad thing, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I like you said but that's the thing with like, with the Texans or with the Texans and the Dolphins and like Watson, that whole situation. Every single week it's something. They're like, hey, they're trading Watson. Man, they've been saying that shit for the past like 30 weeks, man.
Like they got until when's the deadline? The 2nd of November?
I believe so.
It's only like 4 more days to figure it out.
I get what the Texans are doing, man. Like they want much in return.
They want like 6 first-round picks.
Which I get that, but at the same
time,
and
like a player of choice.
And again, I get it. Yes, you would have to for a player like him. Yes, man, but again, there's a but to it.
Can Watson immediately make your team a Super Bowl contender? Like that's what you have to weigh about what they want for him.
I think it's less of a Super Bowl contender and more so of the aspect of like, can he get us deep into the playoffs with the right pieces? By himself, no. But like with the right pieces, which again, the Dolphins have some pieces, man. They don't have a lot, but they pick up some people. He makes the Dolphins significantly better than what they are. But here is the big thing.
But then you also
is the court case shit. It's like everything that he's kind of dealing with off the field, right? Like, is he going to get charged for that? Is the NFL going to, you know what I'm saying? You know what would be funny?
Or whatever.
You know what would be funny, though? If he goes to the other team and all that stuff goes away.
Right.
It's like, oh, shit. The Texans had him by the balls the entire time. Like, it's scary, man. It's scary. So, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, he makes them significantly better, but do the Dolphins want to give up that much? Pretty much ruin their future for him. That's the thing. So,
and going into that division, I mean, you still got to contend with the Bills, still got to contend with the Patriots. You don't got to worry about the Jets, but there's still 2 other teams in that division you got to worry about.
And one of those teams is Super Bowl bound. They are up there, man. So so that's something to kind of think about. Jets and Patriots. Yeah, Patriots. Poor Jets. 54-13, man. 54-13. Panthers and Giants. Giants got their second win against the Panthers, 25-3. Daniel Jones, he did okay, did his thing. Bengals and Ravens. You got the Bengals 41, Ravens at 17. Which again, the Raven that was another one that was like, it wasn't a shocker, but it was like, is Joe Burrow? Is he that guy? Is he a top 15, maybe top 10 quarterback right now?
Yeah.
It's kind of because again, Ravens were on a tear. They did lose. They did win a few close ones. The Ravens did win a few close ones, man. Where if things would have just went one direction, they could have lost the game. So that those are very close calls. But the Bengals 41-17, I didn't see that coming. I thought it was going to be a closer game, or I thought the Ravens were going to beat them. But Joe Burrow, man, 416, 3 touchdowns. Like, man, is he? I'm going to keep my eye on the Bengals, man, and see what Joe Burrow is going to do in that division. I mean, now that Big Ben's kind of towards the end of his career, man, this might be. I'm saying it. This might be his last season. Maybe the Bengals are that team.
Last season probably should have been his last season.
Yeah, he should. Honestly, he should have got rid of him. Raiders, man, bounce back. After losing their coach, 33-22, they're 5-2, AFC West right now. So. Eagles, I don't know. They need to figure some things out. Rams and the Lions. The Lions. I mean, it was 19-28, man. The Lions were leading them, I believe, in the half, like 14-0, correct?
They
They were
were
leading.
they were about to like come back, and then Goff throws an interception in the end zone.
They were doing the thing. The Lions were doing the thing against the Rams. The Rams, they may have shown some weaknesses that teams may see and maybe change some things in the future. Yeah. Cardinals and Texans, man. Oh man, that was big news today. Cardinals lost the JJ Watt. Yeah, so they lost JJ Watt for the season, man. Shoulder things. Again, poor guy just can't come through for those without those injuries, man. So again, one of the reasons why the Texans were like, it's just better for us to part ways, you know. But they beat the Texans 31-5. I was happy that they even scored 5 points.
How did they score 5 points? They get a safety?
I think they did. Yeah, they got a safety in the first quarter. But hey, the Stros won the second game last night. So hey, my little brother hit that homer. That's what I was telling you when you were like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
That's the only game they're gonna win this series. That's a wrap once they get back to Atlanta. 3 games in Atlanta, they're gonna win at home.
6, bro. Stros in 6. Listen to me.
The Braves in 5.
Bears and Buccaneers, man. Buccaneers, they are who we think they are. Brady 4 touchdowns. The dude doesn't. I don't know. Can I get some? Is Tom Holland drinking the same shit Tom Brady's drinking? God damn.
Really? That dude's drinking like children's blood or something.
Is that 54-year-old drinking the same shit Tom Brady's drinking?
Right.
God damn.
Right.
And then of course,
you know what's funny is that dude that is from St. Pete also.
Oh shit. All right. Colts and 49ers, man. Like you said, Niners, they need to figure something out, man. I think that the Colts aren't. I mean, they got a good win last week. So for them to kind of take this one this week too, man, it was a little surprising, man. I thought the Niners were going to do better this week and take this win.
I mean, they were defensively, they were stopping them.
Yep.
But it just wasn't enough. You know, it's this whole season, like all you have to do is throw a deep ball and you're going to get a pass interference call. It's like automatic. I don't know if you noticed that in any game. And 49ers already have 10 against them. And they're deep passes, like 60 to 80 yard passes, but they're getting these pass interference calls on them. And that's the only thing that kept the Colts like in this game. There was like 4 in just that game that set up touchdowns. It's stupid. I don't know why they're calling so many pass interference flags this year, but it's dumb. It's dumb.
I've seen it both ways though, man. Like I've seen a lot of pass interference, but then I've seen a lot of them where I was like, the dude is tackled on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I can see. I've seen legit ones, but there's some that are like, come on, man.
It's like, and especially in that game, the shoulder, like, just tap them flag.
Like, did you see how hard it was raining during that game? Like,
dude,
of course, it's gonna be hard to like stay upright or like keep your like a perfect footing or whatever, and not run into somebody. Because that rain was coming down,
dude. It was bad. It was bad. Trust me, when I started seeing it rain, I was like, "Oh, I'm losing fantasy football this week," and turn the game off. just tell Jimmy G to keep throwing to Debo, man. I just need Debo Samuels to keep coming through. So, and then we got the Saints and the Seahawks, man. I didn't watch the game, but I mean, apparently Kamara was doing really good that game. I think he didn't have a lot of rushing yards, but he definitely had a lot of receiving yards. So
he
was
coming. And that dude's pretty legit too.
Yeah,
like once he gets on a run, like once he gets moving, it's hard to stop him. Hard to bring him down.
For sure. So Jameis Winston is just Jameis Winston. I think it's so funny. I'll never forget the meme I saw of him where it was just like, team is up 5 touchdowns. Or it's like my team is up 5 touchdowns. Let's make sure I keep them in the game or something like that. Because he was like, he would throw 5 touchdowns, but he'd throw like 5 touchdown like interceptions, like returns or some shit like that, man. So he was the person who was just like, oh, my team's ahead. Let's make this game competitive or something like that.
Let's make this a close game.
Yeah, man. So there's some good games this coming up week, man. The game tonight should be pretty good.
Tonight should be good. Arizona and Green Bay.
Yeah, man.
But that's Green Bay is without Devontae Adams and
man, they got a few
other receiver.
Yeah, they lost
their other main receiver.
Scantling or something like that. Whatever his name is.
Scantling, I think.
There it is. So Niners play the Bears this week, man. You got Panthers. The Bears. You got Panthers, Falcons, Dolphins, Bills. That should be a blowout there. Steelers, Browns. That should be a good NFC North divisional game. Eagles
Yeah.
Lions. That'll be a good game. Hopefully the Lions will get the first win. Titans Colts. Yeah,
That'll
Bengals
be
and
a
the
good game,
Jets.
actually.
But Titans Colts. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah,
a real good game to see. If the Colts play like they did last week, it'll be a real good game. And then you have the Bengals and the Jets. Bengals are going to blow them out the water.
yeah.
Rams and Texans. Again, Rams are going to beat the hell out of the Texans. Patriots and Chargers. That'd be a good game.
Yeah, that'll be a
Jaguars
good
and
game.
Seahawks. Washington and the Broncos. Buccaneers and the Saints. Might be a solid game. Cowboys and the
If
Vikings are the
Seattle
Sunday night
loses
game.
to Jacksonville, their season's done. That's a wrap.
It's done. They're not coming back. And then Chiefs and Giants. Man, the games aren't that good. I think besides the Thursday night game, there's not a lot
I
of.
hope the Giants beat up on the Chiefs.
You're like, I hope the Giants beat up on the Chiefs. Could you imagine? Man, if the Chiefs lose to the Giants,
that's a wrap for their season too.
Yeah, their season's already kind of towards the end, but that's a wrap. They lose to the Giants, that's a wrap, man. So, like I said, it doesn't look like there's any really good games this week. Besides this Thursday night game and maybe that Colts and Titans game, but we'll see. We'll see which one kind of is outstanding here. So I know that. What's up?
That weekly meme, the NFL, the team tiers.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go run through that real quick. Super Bowl contenders: Arizona, Tampa Bay, Buffalo, the Rams. Going to lose NFC Championship game for sure. I don't know if you could probably guess the team.
The Cowboys.
Nope.
What? Okay, wait. You say it again. Which team in the NFC is going to lose?
Going to lose the NFC Championship game for sure.
Rams?
Just think Cardinals. They've lost a few in the past few years. Like they've lost every time they got to the NFC Championship game.
In the NFC, right?
Yeah.
I was like, the Eagles aren't making it. Not the Panthers. Not the Packers.
Yep.
They got the Packers? Oh, shit. I would have said the Cowboys.
Yeah, because the Packers have lost like three years in a row in the NFC Championship game.
I guess you're right. You're not wrong. But yeah, that sounds about right.
Good, but actually have a good QB duo or running back in the Ravens case. The Chargers, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Cowboys, and the Raiders. Good category: the Patriots, the Steelers, the Colts, the Browns, the Vikings, the Saints, and the Titans. Okay. The Bears, Seattle, Falcons, and San Francisco. Bad. The Texans, the Jets, the Lions, the Jaguars, Washington, the Eagles, the Giants, and Kansas City.
Yep.
Remember when you were undefeated? The Panthers, the Broncos, and a surprise guest, Alabama Crimson Tide.
Oh, shit. Goddamn Alabama.
And then don't think we forgot about the Jags loss 2 weeks ago, Miami.
Love it. Love it, man. Love it.
Whoever makes whoever does that every week, hats off to you, because those are excellent. I look forward to it every I think they publish it on Tuesday. I look forward every time just to see it.
Very creative.
Or maybe
man.
it's towards the end of the week, but yeah, it's good. I think it's Wednesday it comes out.
Okay.
But yeah. Every time I look forward to seeing that. So I appreciate
funny. You sharing. They're hilarious, man. So thanks for sharing. Cool, man. Well, I think it's that that's probably a good point for us to wrap it up. I know that suit's probably a little tight and you're getting a little too snug.
Yeah. So
you're like, I'm ready to take. I mean, you look super jacked. Pose. There it is. Look super jacked. I'll put my Miguel Myers mask on back real quick.
Miguel Myers.
Miguel Myers.
No mommies.
No mommies. But yeah, no, I just want to say thank you to everybody who listens. Appreciate you guys. I was hoping Bigfoot would make an appearance today. Fuck that guy. I appreciate, you guys, definitely have a good weekend. Bigfoot, I know you're out there, man. I'm always searching for you. Be safe, everybody. And we'll see you guys next week. Derek, if you would give us the closing segment, closing words of wisdom, man.
Like Joseph said, thanks everybody that watched or that listened. Thank everyone that watches us on our YouTube channel so you can see our faces. And if you're listening and you haven't checked us out on YouTube, this is a good week to do it because we wore costumes for Halloween. So, if you want to see what we dressed up as, if you want to see Miguel Myers, check out the YouTube channel, We Three Bros Podcast on YouTube. You can also find us on the website, we3bros.com. And there's links on there to the podcast and to the YouTube channel. Joseph took over duties on Twitter, the Geek Bros
Hey.
Twitter account. So you're gonna see some great tweets.
Oh, dude, it's
Follow
coming.
us on Twitter.
It's coming.
Subscribe to us on YouTube. Listen, we appreciate everyone that listens. We appreciate everyone that's listened before. Any new listeners, we really appreciate you stopping by and giving us a chance. Tell your friends, tell your family. The more people to listen, the better. We can keep this thing rolling. Everyone have a safe Halloween weekend. Check your candy. You don't want to eat no razor blades. Don't get kidnapped. Don't get murdered. And play some good pranks. Let us know. We have on the We Three Bros website. There's a contact us page, and you can write comments in there. If you send us a message on there and you tell us a story about Halloween, we'll talk about it on the show. We'll give you a shout out. So little incentive for you. But yeah, thanks everyone that came here and listened to us or watched us. Thanks Joseph for being here again. And everybody have a safe and happy and fun Halloween weekend. And until next time, we'll check you later.